On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with head football coach Brent Vigen. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official home of Cat Chat, every Wednesday night at 6:30. Now, here's your host, the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and how we doing? We are live from Buffalo Wild Wings. First and foremost, how we doing? Everything sound okay? Not too loud, not too quiet? Let's get some thumbs up here. Everybody sounding good? Sounding good? All right, well, we got a lot to talk about today, so I want to make sure everybody can hear us loud and clear at Buffalo Wild Wings. And our player guests, we've got the twins. We've got the Dowler boys. Taco and Caden will be here, yes. We will have them both up together today, which will be fun. And the Bobcats getting back on the road this week as well, getting ready for the first road game of the Big Sky season. All right, sitting to my left is head coach Brent Vigen. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing well, yeah. Excited for the week, opportunity to go on the road and play a really good team. And, I get a chance to talk about last week's game as well. I thought we definitely took a step forward. So that was an exciting day in Bobcat Stadium. I thought a lot of guys played well, and we got everybody that could get in the game. We got them all in the game, so those don't happen too often. So
yeah, a lot of guys played well, and a lot of guys played, period, this week, which
exactly.
we'll definitely get into. But, 57-3, the win against Eastern Washington this week. Always excited to beat the Eagles. I do get the sense from people who were here before I got here over those years that it does feel a little extra special to beat the Eagles after all of those long, I'm seeing a lot of nodding heads in the audience right now. But either way, this was a great ball game, and we talked about some of the improvements that Eastern had made over the last year or so. And, they were running out two quarterbacks. They're doing a lot of different motion type things for their offense. And it seemed like your defense really stood up and stood up to the disciplined test that was in front of them.
Yeah, we knew good chance that Taylor was going to be back. And then, with the emergence of Bell, there was a fair chance they'd put them both out there at the same time. And they did that quite a bit early. And, yeah, our guys just did their job. I know they tried to throw a couple double pass type of deals, and there was nothing to be had, I guess. We were right where we were supposed to be. Knocked the quarterback run down right away, and felt like after those first three series, they'd kind of run through a lot of things I'm guessing they were hoping would work, and they didn't, because our guys were where they were supposed to be. We really tackled well. I thought right out the gate, got those guys in the ground, because there's a couple good players for sure as far as with the ball in their hand between Taylor and Bell in particular. Great start for the defense, great field position for the offense, and before you knew it, it was 21-0.
Yeah, you mentioned the tackling in this game as well. That's one thing that you're never really sure coming out of fall camp who is going to be those good tacklers. Have you felt like this has been a team that has tackled well throughout the season, or is that something you guys have been improving on over the course of the year?
Well, I think improving. We didn't tackle particularly well at Oregon. I think that was a product of some of our fundamentals, but then some of who they are. I think they're proven to be one of the best teams in the country with some of the best individuals, I think, in the country. So, learned some hard lessons that day, but I think really in the last four games, we've tackled pretty dang well, and we've been where we're supposed to be. It's about leverage and pad level and, the technical aspect of everything. So, I think that's something we feel very strongly about right now, is how well we've tackled, and again, continue to be in the right place at the right time, trusting our teammates, and then just doing your job. And you play defense like that, you got a real chance.
Yeah, well, we've seen it these last couple of weeks. Just one touchdown allowed in the last three games by this Bobcat defense. That was at the end of the game against San Diego. Yes, that does deserve a round of applause. Go ahead, you got it. There were a lot of rounds of applause, and part of it was this defensive line again. The two of the plays, among many, that kind of stick out was Hunter Parsons tracking down Nate Bell from behind, and Alec Eckert chasing after Jared Taylor. Seeing your guys, even an Alec Eckert out of the middle of your D-line, chasing down these great players. That's some elite speed right now.
Yeah, and those were both on trick plays, I'd say. They weren't necessarily double passes, but it was a quarterback handing to another quarterback, right, and getting out. Again, those were plays I'm sure they were counting on working. And, Hunter's pursuit on Bell on that one was tremendous. And then, really it was just all-out hustle on the other one. Takari Carr was the defender who was where he was supposed to be as they were trying to throw back to Taylor. But then ultimately Alec, and I think it was Bryce really pursued him, and just the pursuit to the football, the hustle, the effort. That all has been what it needs to be.
Yeah, speaking of Bryce Grebe, he was really flying around early in this game. It was very easy to see that number 10. You mentioned in the postgame that you guys had really he took some coaching last week. What was that? What were you guys focused on with him, and how did he unlock some of this play last week?
Well, I think Coach Owens, in particular, challenged him to really raise his level. And I think that's one thing on a Saturday, but it's really the preparation part. And Bryce played last year, and he was a guy that got plenty of time, but he wasn't the starter. He wasn't the guy, so to speak. And with Neil going down, I think we needed Bryce to continue to raise his level, and not that he wasn't playing all right the first 4 games. It was like you got better football in you, I guess. And I know Jody really challenged him, and credit to Bryce, he responded. Yeah, that start of the game he had and the plays he made. Yes, that's what we want to see. But so happy that he played that way out of the gate, and we'll need to continue to see that out of Bryce.
Yeah, was it a motor thing? Was it being in the right place? Was it just executing or trusting his preparation?
I think that's it right there. It's executing and trusting your preparation. It's being able to take a shot, pull your trigger, whatever analogy you want to use. As a linebacker, you see something, you got to go get it. And whether there was a little hesitancy here and there through the first few games. I know there's a couple times he didn't take blocks on maybe the correct way. I think there's a technical focus that's part of it, and then certainly just the preparation and, hey, I see it, I'm going to go take it, and I know I can make the play.
Yeah, no, that's interesting you say that, and it's something we've heard Cole Taylor talk about specifically, is trusting your eyes and trusting your ability to go after and get it. And this is all happening under another new defensive coordinator in Sean Howe. You guys have had so much transition over these last 3 years in the coordinator roles. Obviously, Howe was co-DC last year, but just in general, as you've seen him kind of settle in, how has Coach Sean Howe put his own spin on this defense for the first 5 weeks?
Yeah, I think as a staff, it's continuing to say what are our strengths, what do we need to continue to improve upon. I think we've done a really good job of identifying just that week in, week out. We've done a really good job of limiting big plays, and that's certainly play call, but it's the guys being coached up by all the different coaches, and then being able to tackle like we talked about. So I think we're allowing our guys to play fast, changing the game plan from week to week a little bit, changing some looks from week to week, but being really conscious of what's going to get our guys playing as fast as possible, as confident as possible. And I think we've been able to kind of continue to find that week in, week out. And we'll absolutely need to do that again this Saturday.
Yeah, you mentioned the playing fast is one thing, but also being fast is another. How much team speed do you have on the defensive side right now?
Yeah, I think relative to the 5 teams, I guess that I've coached since we've been here, I think this is our fastest team. That starts up front with a group that can really run. It's linebackers that are extremely athletic, and then in the secondary, I know we might be young, but we're as fast as we've ever been, and that's really the group that speed carries the day the most, and in particular corner spot, those guys are. As fast as guys we've had, throughout, and they're young and they're learning and they're playing hard. And, I think the fact that we've been able to make that crew pretty interchangeable, playing 4 guys and, getting a 5th and Corey Boyd out there a little bit was great. So the development of that secondary while missing out with Taki being out, has been impressive.
Yeah, I want to talk about some of the offense in a bit, but the final question here on the defense was that second wave of the defensive line. It's something you've been talking about all year long. Seems like you got a little more from that second wave on the D-line this week.
Yeah, and Cruz kind of fits in as a 5th starter almost,
yeah.
But he's in that mold. It's the Solano certainly on the interior, Zach Black, Talon Marsh, Hunter Charbonneau, get Seth Brock some run. That was the first game where our reps were pretty even. We've been pretty skewed to the starting 4, and then you can include Zach in that a little bit. So, the development of that group and, being able to put a mix of these groups out there and ultimately have a fresh group of guys completely when we get to the fourth quarter is what the goal is. If we have to lean too heavy on the starting group in particular, and all of a sudden we get to the fourth quarter and they're not as sharp as they maybe were early, shame on us. It's a product of us not getting that second group coming along. So I think we've seen continued improvement. Really, Charbonneau and Marsh really like how they've continued to come along in what is their third year. Solano, same thing, year 3, continuing to flash, but becoming more consistent. Seth Brock is year 2, so that flash is happening more than the consistency, but he's done some really good things on special teams, so hopefully there's a few things here on the defensive side that he can continue to help us out with.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting when you look at how you try to operate the D-line versus operate the offensive line, right? You don't want to have a lot of guys rotating on the O-line, but you do want to have guys rotating on the D-line. What kind of goes into that?
Well, I think a lot of D-line is just going.
Yeah.
It's a high-effort position. Not that offensive line isn't, but it's just different. And what we ask those guys to do as far as chasing down plays, taking on double teams, the exertion that comes into that. I think it's more a physically demanding position just in general, just with the running aspect. And there's not as much. There certainly is an element of those guys being tied together, but it's way less than the offensive side. I mean, they have to communicate some. They have to run, some twist games and those types of things. But in some ways, they are kind of their own entity out there, just doing their job. Where on the offensive side, a group playing together, I think, is a more important piece to it.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that group in just a bit and dive into some of this big play offense we saw, which put up 57 points in the Big Sky opening win this last week. But first, we're taking a break. We're live at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
The air was thick with desire as he said those 23 magic words every woman longs to hear. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give you 10 free boneless wings when you spend $15 or more and use promo code GOBONELESS. Say it again, she begged. He indulged. Buffalo Wild Wings Go will give... Okay, I need a break. This novel's got me sweating and hungry. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
At participating locations for a limited time only when you order in the BWW web or app.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
We focus on youth sports because we truly believe that youth are the foundation of Montana's future. I think nothing improves your mental health and well-being and your physical health and well-being than being outside, active, talking to other people, and socializing in an environment like that. Learning teamwork, learning leadership skills, resiliency. As a company, we're deeply invested in our communities, not just our members.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Bobcats on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Bobcat Pride, powered locally.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen. We're getting ready for the first road trip of the year. The Bobcats heading out to Flagstaff for a 3 p.m. Montana time kickoff at Northern Arizona coming up on Saturday. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vigen. And, Coach, let's pick up where we left off. We were starting to talk about the offense and the offensive line a little bit. Saw Titan Fleischman at right guard, Cedric Jefferson at right tackle, Braden Zimmer at left tackle. How'd you feel that unit played and just kind of how this thing played out this last week?
Yeah, I think they showed a continued level of improvement. Playing that one group, I'm sure helped. I know as we got to 21-0, we had a 2-play drive and a 1-play drive. And we didn't really have to run the ball a lot early to take that lead. I know as the game went on, ultimately we ran for close to 300 yards. So I mean, there's certainly things they were doing well up front. I think that was a team that was moving around. They were going to put the numbers up there. They were going to make some things hard, and I think they did at times. But on the flip side of that, they were going to give some things up in the past. That's kind of how it played out. So, I think continuing to challenge that group to find another level. Braden and Cedric are still pretty young players. Technically, Titan at right guard is a young player, even though he's been around for a while. So I think there's a bunch more in front of us as far as improvement goes, but I thought it was a good step for them.
Yeah, well, it was interesting watching some of the rushing numbers. It was about 49 yards in that first half, 181 rushing yards in that third quarter alone. Seemed like that was partly just dictated by the game itself.
Yeah, and you want to be able to, wear down teams, get up on teams and wear them down, and I think that was kind of what happened a little bit. I think as that game was going along, I think our guys were figuring some things out too. Sometimes that's part of a run game is just you feel each other out, and that's even the one-on-one matchups within the run game. So, it doesn't always have to happen right away. You like it to, but it doesn't always have to. But if you can, be on the right side of the scoreboard, chances are you can get a run game going, and that's what happened.
Right. Well, and the pass game was going pretty good there at the start as well. At one point, it was 3 plays, 2 touchdowns, a couple of big plays. You kind of asked for some big plays going into this. We saw that. It did feel like Lamson was extremely accurate in this game.
Yeah, good decisions, timely decisions. The touchdown to Taco was an excellent ball down the field. The touchdown right before the half to Jabez was a really impressive throw.
Yeah.
And in between there, he was making some throws. A timely, shot to Hunter across the middle, and then Hunter takes it the rest of the way on his touchdown. So, yeah, I feel like Justin continues to improve like this team does. And I think he's the first one to be able to identify the areas he can improve too, and that's the great thing. I think he's really hungry to continue to take his game to another level each and every week.
Now, for Lamson's performance this week, too, we did see the 3 sacks. It did look like a couple of them maybe were slightly avoidable. I don't know. What did you see in terms of some of his pocket presence in this game?
Yeah, if there was one thing I didn't like, and two of those were on third down, and we lost yards. The one in particular put us out of field goal range right before the half. And, fortunately, Colby had a beautiful punt right after that.
Right.
We got the ball back. But, those are situations where sometimes the defensive play call is just better than the offensive play call. I mean, that's the way it works. And if that's the case and their discipline, is what it's supposed to be, I guess, on those calls, you might have to throw the ball away. Because one was a play action. We were in, I think, a 3rd and 3, and then ultimately, before we know it, we're in a 4th and 7 or something like that. And we made that field goal, but, that should have been an opportunity where if we don't get it, we can maybe, or we throw an incompletion, we can maybe go for it on a 4th and short like that. So I think just continue to live and learn. You can't make all the plays. I told Patrick Duchesne later in the game, punting is okay. That's okay. I mean, you just you don't want to turn the ball over. You want to make the good decisions on third down. And again, sometimes their play call is just going to be one that's going to be challenging, or we might get a guy that gets beat every once in a while, and you got to be the one that makes that right. And sometimes making it right is just throwing the ball in the stands. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Patrick Duchesne. A lot of different guys got into this ball game. We also saw Chance Wilson. We saw George Helms out from Big Sky. We saw Josh Woodbury, the Gallatin High alum. We also saw Jordan Reed and Luke Smith both make their first career catches this week, which was pretty cool. Let's start on Jordan Reed, the converted quarterback. I know I saw him in fall camp make some great catches at different times, but nice to see him get in there and get something under his belt.
Yeah, unfortunately for Jordan, right before we were turning into, I think Oregon week, he broke a finger, and as a receiver, those fingers are pretty valuable. So that kept him out for quite a while, honestly, and that was just the nature of it. And so he's just getting back into it now. Has been able to play the last couple of weeks, been able to practice now fully the last couple of weeks, and where he's going to fit, I think hard to say still, but he has been able to flash, because of his big frame, and he's a good athlete, and his ability to catch the ball and his ball skills are really pretty good. So, it's still a work in progress, I would say, but he certainly adds to our depth, and, excited that he was, willing to take on that role, and, I think to this point he's done a good job with it.
Yeah, staying on some of the tight ends, first of all, for Luke Smith, another local kid, got his first catch as well, and had to be nice to see him getting in there a little bit.
Yeah, Luke's a guy that's continued to develop. He's traveling. He's on the outside looking in maybe at that regular time, but I think he's continued to work hard, and he's a different player now than he was this time last year for sure. He's continued to get bigger and stronger, put more weight on, become more confident, and I think what he showed back in high school, his athleticism, is starting to shine through a little bit. So we'll see what that means moving forward. But excited to get him out there a little bit.
Yeah. Also, Lubens Valsen. I mean, this kid, I've seen him up close and personal. He is a big man, and he can really move. But had to be fun getting him out there a little bit too.
Yeah, he was available for the first time, and he's got tremendous upside. You know, and I think that whether we reach anywhere near that this fall, we'll see. Maybe more of a long-term deal, but he can really run, and it'd be ideal if we get the ball in his hands here sooner than later, and everybody could see what that looks like. But tons and tons of potential in front of him, and excited that he got his first go at it.
Yeah, this kind of ties into something else you talked about throughout the week. Was just you guys felt like you mentioned it, Justin Lamson mentioned it. Felt like this was one of your better weeks of preparation. Why? What was it this week that really looked good?
Well, I think a couple of things you could look at. I think the performance, the uneven performance from the previous Saturday may be a little bit motivating. But I think more than anything, I think we're continuing to learn what it means to prepare and what is really important through the course of the week. It's not, I don't think we've been short on effort.
Yeah.
But being dialed in and focused at practice is challenging sometimes, and especially for young players to know all the different things that are important. And what does the film room look like? I think continuing to have older guys bring in those younger guys, and hey, this is how we need to prepare. So I think that all showed up, and we can continue to build off of that because, it hasn't been an effort deal. I think it's just, okay, what do we need to do to get a little bit better, and learning that process week in and week out, I think is what showed up the most.
Right. Well, it's one of those things with a young team that you do have who have gone through this thing and, learning how to do the little things, which is what Coach Aaron had told us a couple of weeks ago as well. The other part that Josh Firm brought up, the new running back coach, we had him on the Bobcat Insider podcast this week, was the double reps at practice. And at times, it's almost like you got three different things going on. You got the offense against the scout team, defense against the scout team, and then the other quarterbacks throwing against like the skeleton DBs. Just tell me a little bit more about just that practice style, how unique it is, and how it keeps the depth ready.
Well, it's something that I've been a part of going back to 2010 at North Dakota State. We had a really poor year in 2009, and for Coach Bowl, I think he was gnashing his teeth. Just what do we need to do? And developing guys sooner was the thought process. So he went back, in his memory, I guess, and that's how Nebraska had practiced. I think they had so many guys, they were going 4 teams at a time. So ever since then, that's what I've been a part of. So I think the biggest thing, it gets guys practice reps sooner than later. That volume picks up sooner than later, and you just hope that tracks, and they ultimately, by the time they get a chance to play, there's enough practice behind them that they feel really confident. I think just your ability to evaluate a guy it happens so much sooner when you double rep at the same time. So there's other programs that do it, but it was the first time we really committed to it here at Montana State, and I do think it's helped our development and sped it up a little bit.
Yeah, how many other programs are doing that? Is it a lot, a little, 50%?
Oh, I wouldn't even know. I mean, I think everybody that's kind of out of Coach Bowles' tree, I know, certainly does, and that's become more and more programs at this point. I know some Coach Saban did too after a while at Alabama, so I'm sure that's spread a little bit because it probably worked a little bit there too.
Yeah, it's always funny how those apples fall near the tree as it goes on and on.
Yep.
All right, well, this has been great. We've got the Dowler guys here in just a second, so we're going to talk to them in a moment, but we'll have you back up to get us ready for NAU, Coach.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we're taking a break. We are live at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
Quitting smoking, vaping, or chew isn't easy because nicotine is extremely addictive. Plus, everyone's different. What worked for me may not work for you. That's where Quit Now Montana comes in. And it's free. You get a quit coach and a custom quit plan tailored to you, including free nicotine replacement therapy, patches, gum, or lozenges. Bottom line, Quit Now Montana works. Time to make it work for you. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go to quitnowmontana.com to get started today. Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Your Montana Chevy dealers, home to powerful trucks like the legendary Chevy Silverado. With 9 trims and 4 powertrains to choose from, you'll find the perfect blend of capability and efficiency that's right for you. Plus, for a long day of towing, Silverado offers advanced camera tech so you can feel confident every mile of the way. From hitching to driving to parking. Test drive the Chevy Silverado and check out current offers at your Montana Chevy dealers. Proud sponsors of your Montana State Bobcats.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
For more than 25 years, Amy Sayer has provided the highest level of service in the real estate industry in the Gallatin Valley. In conjunction with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Montana Properties, Amy and her team are committed to providing the very best experience for their clients and customers through sound guidance and excellence in service. So if you're thinking of buying or selling or have questions about our current real estate market, call Amy Sayer or visit amysayer.com.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
We're back live at Buffalo Wild Wings, and before we talk to the Dowler twins, we want to remind you that you can do more this game day than just cheering for the best team of the Big Sky. Your game day and everyday purchase from MSU Bookstore goes directly to lowering the cost of course materials for all Montana State students. Support students on and off the field by shopping at the MSU Bookstore on campus in the Sub, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, at 24/7 online at msubookstore.org. All right, up next, let's pause 10 seconds for a network station identification. This is Cat Chat. All right, we are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. My name is Keaton Gillogly, joined now by a couple of twins. We've got Caden and Taco joining us now. Gentlemen, how we doing?
We're good, I think.
Good.
I'm good.
Really good. Good. You guys were looking forward to this, getting back up here with a couple of mics again?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good. Taco, you've come in with some better facial hair this year?
You like it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only one that likes it.
How long you been working on it?
A while.
Yeah, well, last year you came up here, you were trying a mustache.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
I don't know. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too. Caden, you're not a fan?
No, I'm a fan.
Okay.
I like it.
Why? Because it makes him look silly?
Yeah. And he talks about it all day, so.
Yeah. Do you like catch him in the mirror, like brushing it?
No, not quite. No.
And you guys still roommates this year, or no? You guys split up?
No, we split up.
Okay. So how's that been? You guys like seeing each other a little more often now? Or, when you see each other at practice, you're like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. It's kind of nice.
No, I like it better without him at my house. Yeah.
I do too. He can't walk to my room and steal my clothes anymore.
That's good. That's good. I was going to ask, you're not wearing any of his clothes this season?
No,
or right now, at least?
No, the ones that I have from last year, I still have those, but no.
That's good. You can't come in and ask and steal your notes for all your same classes as well?
Yeah.
Or my computer charger, whatever it is.
Also, Caden, have you seen Moana 2 yet?
No.
You haven't?
I haven't, no.
Okay. It's been out for a while.
I know. I've seen Moana 1 about 365 times. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get you on that.
Yeah.
So you still watching the same routine of Disney movies these days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are they again?
Moana, and Moana, really.
The first one was so good. There's no need to watch the second.
Exactly, yeah.
Are you watching movies like this, or what do you do to unwind when you're trying to relax, Taco?
I just take a nap, fall asleep. I
Okay.
sleep a lot, or watch South Park.
Okay, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many hours are you getting of sleep a day?
A lot.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, it keeps you fresh.
Yeah. That's the most important thing.
All right. I got a couple questions here for you guys. It's a little shticky, but if you'll indulge, I think they'll be good. So, you guys good? You look a little reserved about it, but I promise it won't be too bad. All right. Okay. First of all, do we know who's faster yet? Last year, you guys told us you hadn't raced since you're about 4. So, do we know who's faster yet?
No, but yes, we know who's faster. Taco's probably faster.
Yeah. Okay. Are you agreeing with that yet, or
Yeah, I would hope I'm a little bit faster.
Okay. All right. Good. Who spends more time getting ready to go out on whether a date or going out with the guys? Who spends more time getting ready?
I don't think either of us go out ever.
No, come on. You taking your significant other out for a dinner? You're still wearing sweatpants for that?
Yeah, I think both of us are.
Even when you're not in season, you're weeks away from fall camp.
I don't think we own jeans. I don't think we own.
You got one pair of jeans?
A collared shirt.
Yeah.
Neither of us do any of that.
Okay, so Keaton, you at least have one.
Yeah, provided by the team. Bobcat Football right here.
Yeah. So, but no collared shirts without a Bobcat logo.
No, not really.
No. And all elastic waistbands for the pants?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we're even there. Who spends more time talking to their significant other on the phone?
I do,
yeah,
for sure.
But she's not here local, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and your girlfriend is?
She's here, yeah.
Okay, so that would be part of that. All right. Your brother wins the lottery. What's the first thing he's buying? You got to say it for the other guy. What's the first thing Taco would buy? Taco, what's the first thing Caden would buy after they win the lottery?
Caden would buy a bulldog.
A bulldog,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I think Taco would put into stocks. I think he'd invest all of it.
Okay, good. You're being smart with your money these days, then?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, I like that. All right, next one. Who has more unread text messages?
I have like 252, I think.
I have 350.
Okay, all right. So pretty close, but you're a little ahead. Now, how many do you end up coming back to in the locker room after a game?
Not much.
No. Okay.
Not like you'd expect.
Okay.
No.
All right. If you had to play another position, but on the other side of the ball, which one would it be? So, Taco, what kind of defender would you be? Caden, what kind of offensive player would you be? Taco, you can go first if you got one.
I would like to play free safety in one-high defenses.
Okay. All right. Why? Any particular reason why you think?
I just feel like you just read the quarterback most of the time, and then, you don't have to. You have to fill the alley every once in a while, but
yeah.
I don't know. You're hidden a little bit.
Yeah. Caden, what do you got? What would you want to be on offense?
I'd probably say running back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think they have to think a whole lot and just get the ball and run. So
right.
I think I'd do all right.
Okay. Yeah, I did have this conversation with Coach Vigen last week because Leo Davis, also a Billings native and a former Bobcat in his own right, has been sending me memes for about 2 or 3 weeks about how the offensive line is the smartest position group on the field. You don't agree with that, Caden?
I'd say quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Two more. Who understands the other's defensive or offensive assignments better? Like, Taco, do you understand the defense better or Caden the offense better?
Yeah, Taco definitely understands the defense better.
Yeah?
I disagree. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think I know it as well as he thinks I know it.
I don't know. Why do you say that, Caden?
Well, I said this maybe last week, right?
Yeah, I think you did bring this up on the television show, the Bobcat Insider TV show.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be in a half. I saw the ball handed off, and the wide receiver ran a vertical route, and I was supposed to cover him. And I didn't, and Taco yelled from the sideline, like, you have to cover that guy, you're in half. So he knew what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, you remember that, Taco?
Yeah.
You just want to make sure
he knew he did something wrong, so he looked over at me, made eye contact, and I was like, dude, come on.
So he's looking to you when he thinks he does something wrong, he's going to go to you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What do you do? What do you do when you do something wrong on the field? Do you look at somebody, or do you try to like avoid the look of Coach Howe or somebody else?
I would say if it's during the play and I know I did something wrong, I'd run really fast to where the ball is.
Yeah.
That, I mean, makes up for a lot of mistakes, it seems like. If not, probably just focus on the next play, not look anywhere really.
Yeah, just save those eyes from Coach Howe, like when you get to the film room later in the week.
Yeah, maybe when we get to the sideline, Coach Green will chew me out a little bit, but
yeah. How is Coach Green in terms of chewing guys out and just staying on top of people?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need him in the secondary. We have a bunch of young guys, so I think having him is, keeps everyone dialed in and kind of, everyone's emotions in check for sure.
Yeah. All right. Last one of this group of questions. What is your favorite football memory of your brother? Something your brother did that's your favorite football memory of theirs.
My favorite of yours?
Yeah.
I would say the punt return at UC Davis last year.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I was hurt, and I was in Billings, actually, watching it in Old Chicago, and I was screaming. Like, I've never been excited for his success, like, outwardly,
Internally, but you don't want to, give it to him?
Yeah, it's kind of, But I was yelling, and, it was pretty cool.
Did anybody, did the manager at the restaurant have to come over and be like, sir, you might need to leave?
No, some guy that worked there, our waiter actually came over. He was like, "Are you Taco's brother?" Yep, sure am.
Yeah, hadn't caught you until that point.
Yeah.
All right, Taco, what do you got? Favorite football memory of Caden?
Yeah, Gold Rush. Last year,
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, I wasn't playing. I had a shoulder injury, and he got a pick, and that was really cool. I went out on the field after. He slipped and fell. He should have scored after he picked it, but he slipped and fell. But I was super excited. It was emotional for some reason. I don't know why, but I smacked him in the helmet because I was happy for him, and yeah, I know it was really cool.
Yeah, that's nice that your memory of him is one where you still have some sort of critique about what he did. He slipped, he should have scored, but it was still nice.
Yeah. He's just not saying any critiques. He has plenty.
You got plenty in there?
Maybe not on that play, but yeah.
Some of his other ones?
Yeah.
So you're never shouting at him like, oh, hey, you should have gotten free, or you made it? No. Now he knows.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's all great. That's really good illumination. We're going to take a quick break, but when we do get back, we'll dive a little more into some football and talk about some of the big plays because there have been some other good memories so far this year as well. So we're taking a break. The Dowler twins will stay up here. We are live from Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Looking for the perfect place to fuel up before the game or celebrate a Bobcat win? Come on down to Ribbon Chop House in Bozeman, where premium steaks, fresh seafood, and legendary baby back ribs meet unmatched hospitality. We're proud to support Montana State University and Bobcat athletics all season long. So whether you're cheering from the stands or watching with friends, do it with flavor. Ribbon Chop House, proud partner of Montana State. Go Cats!
At Manhattan Plumbing and Heating, we are committed to being your trusted source for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs in Gallatin County. Proudly locally owned and operated, our skilled team has been providing exceptional service and expertise for over 2 decades. Whether service or new construction, we provide quality solutions for your home or business. If you need urgent plumbing repairs, efficient heating or cooling solutions, Manhattan Plumbing and Heating is here to help. Call us today at 406-284-4133 to learn why we are the area's most trusted and reliable choice. And go Cats!
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Montana holds some of the greatest hunting in the country, and much of that occurs on private land. Access to private land is a key part of hunting and wildlife management, but that access is at risk with every gate left open, piece of litter left behind, or torn up ag field from someone driving where they weren't allowed. As hunters and guests in Montana, we must do better. Get familiar with Montana's block management program and follow the rules for every block management area you hunt, because we either do better or we'll lose access. It's that simple. It's up to us. Respect access, protect the hunt.
Check. We are back live at Buffalo Wild Wings for Cat Chat. Of course, you can enjoy the official radio show of Head Coach Brent Vigen and Bobcat Athletics over wings and beer every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only at Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Caden and Taco Dowler. Yes, guys, comfortable, feel good with the headsets?
Yeah.
It can be a little intimidating up here, but you guys are feeling good?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay, yeah, it's not 20,000 people running around, so.
Right.
All right, well, let's talk a little Bobcat football and get into some different stuff here. First of all, obviously a lot of different changes in terms of the coordinators over these last couple of years, different coordinators for both you guys. Taco, I'll start with you. How's Coach Serbic just settling in, and what's he like?
Yeah, Coach Sturbick is really creative in how he gets people in space and gets people the ball. I think you've seen that if you've watched any football from us this year. He's just really creative and super detailed, and he's big on the details from the players. And I think that we're gonna have a really good offense this year.
Yeah. And Caden, for you, how has Coach Howe put his own spin on this defense this year?
Yeah, I mean, being a D-line guy, we're always going to have that good D-line to really lean on. I mean, other than that, I think the whole coaching staff has done a really good job putting us in good places to, succeed instead of, maybe hanging us out to dry a little bit. So I think they've done a really good job.
Yeah. For Taco, for you, also a new quarterback, Justin Lamson, obviously, but just how is it getting to know Justin in terms of how he's kind of come in and handled his business over these last handful of weeks?
Yeah, I think he's done exactly that. I think he came in with a really good work ethic. He gained a lot of our respect really quick with just exactly that, his work. He didn't really talk too much when he first got here. Always wants to throw, always wants to do extra, and he's ultra competitive, and I think that you need that in a quarterback spot. And his development, obviously, getting better every single week, and he's going to continue to get better every single week. So really happy he's my quarterback for sure.
Yeah, how perfect was that throw on your touchdown this week?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Did you have to slow down at all? I mean, was that truly in stride on that catch?
No, that was a great play call, great throw. Yeah. I just had to catch it.
What's he like in the huddle? Like, what's his demeanor like? Obviously, Tommy was very, very direct and laser focused and very calm. But what's Justin like in the huddle?
I think he's pretty similar to Tommy. Assertive. He's just a really good leader. He has good command over the huddle, and everyone listens to him.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear and good to see. Caden, I want to ask you a little bit also about Taden Gray. He's obviously really, really talented. He's playing at the nickel position, super well, but we haven't really called his name a ton, and I feel like he's just been playing very consistent rather than having those huge, loud plays, although he has recovered a fumble. What have you seen from Taden?
Yeah, at the safety position, a lot of the times you're not going to be highlighted if you're, doing your job because the ball's not going to be coming to you a lot. And being a nickel, safety, all the same stuff. So he's doing his job really well. And it seems like he gets better every week and gets a little bit more confident every week. Film study has been big with him, kind of knowing what to expect out of the offense. So I think he's done a really good job.
Yeah, you had mentioned in one of your media avails talking about watching film with guys last year when you were hurt. Coach Vigen talked a little today about, last week it felt like guys, especially the younger guys, were figuring out what watching film is supposed to look like. What's that supposed to look like? How do you guys watch film? How is that supposed to be an effective time?
Yeah, we get together pretty much every day throughout the week, just on our own without coaches, and go through. I think we go through the base down stuff on Monday. We go through third down on Tuesday, and then we go through red zone on Wednesday. So, getting an idea for what the team's identity is in those certain down and distances, and kind of getting some tendencies, maybe based on formation, whatever it is, and I think we've had a lot more guys come in, showing up, and really being dialed in, detailed with how we watch film.
Yeah. Taco, how is that from your perspective? What did you see in some of the maybe younger guys' preparation last week in particular?
Yeah, we get together every week. We got together today, actually, to go over NAU stuff, and we just sit there and we go through our practice film and kind of tell each other what each position group is being coached how to do stuff, just so we're all on the same page. I think that it's easy to get mixed up in the relay of this coach is telling this player to do this and this player to do this. So we just all want to get on the same page and get our steps right, know what to expect from Justin, so he knows what to expect from us too. But yeah, we watch a lot of our own stuff because we want to just play good for ourselves.
Right, yeah. We want to play good for many reasons.
Yeah.
But did you guys feel like maybe it was a little bit of a turning point in terms of preparation last week?
I would say somewhat. I think we played a couple good opponents, and early in the year we have a young team, and especially young secondary. So, kind of getting our feet under us. Film-wise, I think we really realized how big it is and how much it does matter on the defensive side of the ball. And taking a huge step forward definitely last week and kind of into this week.
Yeah, well, one of the young groups that's really fun to watch is the cornerback group right now. We've had Jace McMillan, Seth Johnson on the show as well. But just what's it like watching those corners kind of continue to come up? Obviously, Takari Carr a little more elevated and has been around longer. But what's it like watching those corners coming along?
Yeah, it's fun. They're always the ones that are messing around in the locker room, making jokes, and they're always really positive and upbeat. So they like to fly around, and being on the same page with them is really big every single week. So practices, all of them are rotating so much that we're kind of all on the same page instead of one corner being with you most of the time, and then maybe a motion happens or something like that, and you're not on the same page with the other corner. So that's been pretty big.
Yeah. Well, and one of the other some areas of youth is some of the pass catchers, Taco. Looking at some of the other guys. First of all, Dane Steele told us on this show that he is taller than you. Is that true?
He might be, yeah.
He was very excited to let us know he had about an inch on top of
I know. I was watching that show, actually. I was watching at home. He's my roommate.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He's a little bit taller, but he said he looked down on me or something like that. He didn't look down on me.
Well, see, this is why we have some of the youth on early in the show, so you can come back and have the last word.
Yeah.
But overall, especially for him and Jabez Woods getting his first career touchdown this last week as well, what are you seeing from the youth out of the pass catchers lately?
Yeah, they're explosive. They do their job. Dane, in particular, he's going to do his job. He's reliable. Just a stud. He's just competitive. Jabez is really good with the ball in his hands. And Chris, Ryan King, just everyone. We're really explosive as a wideout position. And finding ways to get the ball to a bunch of us is probably really fun for the offensive coordinator and all the other position coaches. So, I'm happy with this wideout room.
Yeah, no doubt. At some point, I know I've been kind of waiting and rooting for Ryan King to get his first career touchdown. Didn't have any at his other two stops, but he did end up in the end zone on the block for the Adam Jones touchdown run. So that's always good to see when the wide receivers are getting in the end zone for that.
Yeah, that's a trend with him. He's always blocking downfield. thought he was going to get in the national championship last year, but they shorted him half a yard or whatever that was. But he's a stud.
Yeah. I do want to ask you also, Taco, about some of the other special teams players, the guys blocking up in front of you. Obviously, you've seen Mason Detman make a big play, Seth Brock make a big play. Last year you were following Rylan Ort, but he's not here any longer. Who's standing out in terms of some of the punt coverage and kick coverage and that sort of thing?
I think all of them are. That unit's a tough unit because everyone has to do their job for me to look good. A lot of the time, people think that I'm doing a lot extra, but I'm really not. I have the easiest position on the field on those punt returns. Everyone else in front of me is doing their job, and seeing Seth Brock scoop that at gold rush and score is really cool. But even just that, he was in the right position at the right time. Brock Steele, kick or touched the guy's leg when he was punting, and Mason was rushing off the edge too. So it's not just one person, it's all 11 of us.
Yeah. And when it is trying to get everybody on the same page, Caden, for you defensively, communication is big, and we've got the in-helmet communication this year, which is new. So you're the green dot right now with Neil out, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so how's that been? What are you hearing? Bring us inside the helmet a little bit when you're getting some of that communication leading up before the play.
Yeah, it's pretty seamless. I mean, Coach Howe flicks the little thing on, and my mic's activated, and he just says whatever the play is, and I kind of have to roam around a little bit, try to get the play to everyone, whatever the check is, maybe to everyone, and Coach Howe just turns it right off, and that's really it. So instead of looking to the sideline, I can have the luxury of knowing it and just hearing it. So.
Yeah. Now, can you communicate back to him at all, or it's all just one way?
It's one way.
Okay. And does it flip off at a certain time? Like, you can only communicate for a period of time, right?
Yeah, I think it's 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. 15 seconds before the play, it turns off. So.
Okay. Now, it's a little bit different, though, for you guys. I feel like for the offensive side, it's way more complex. For you guys, you're getting a little base something in. You're still kind of making signs. Is that right?
Right, yeah. And he might say, watch screen here, something like that, and something to communicate to the D-line, maybe be smart on third down, something like that.
Yeah. So there's a little color in there on top of it. He's never like, hey, that was a crappy play, or like, you clean this up, none of that?
Not yet.
Okay, well, that's because you guys have been playing good. When you're only giving up a touchdown in 3 games, that's going to keep it that way.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're getting ready to come up here on a trip off to northern Arizona. I know for me, Taco, I think about your catch in that game a lot when I think of that northern Arizona game. It was just one of those plays, a part of a big game. But, what do you remember about that stretch run? I mean, it was 2022, but what do you remember about that big play with Tommy scrambling out and connecting with you for what ended up being the game-winning field goal?
Yeah, I remember getting caught, first of all, by the defense and getting tackled. I also remember just the throw. It was an insane throw. That was one of probably Tommy's best throws in his career, I think. And I just remember being young and thinking it was really cool. It was 3 years ago now, so I thought I was really cool, and I really wasn't that cool. I just made one play.
I mean, it was pretty cool. It was a big moment. I don't know, Kate, if you remember any of it, you were what was on your mind for it?
Yeah, I was on the sideline, so I was just excited.
Yeah. But you're right. The throw by Tommy, because he got flushed out. Like he was not on balance on that throw at all.
No, it was an insane throw. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but certainly one of the more memorable moments turned into a victory with Blake Lesnar hitting the field goal and on to what was an 8-0 Big Sky season. So heading back up there, first and foremost, are you guys done talking about how different going into a dome is?
I mean, it is different. It is a little bit different. The lighting's a little bit different. The dead air is a little bit different. But we have the indoor now, and we've been practicing in there this week, so that's really luxurious for us, so yeah.
All right, Caden, give us something to look for this offense. Ty Pennington, very good quarterback. It's a really, really good team. What are we looking for on this NAU offense?
Yeah, right. So, I mean, their quarterback, really good arm, really good quarterback, and then a couple really good running backs as well. A solid O-line, and then a receiver that stands out is number 11.
Yep, Kobe Katzis.
Yep, and so he's a stud. We're just going to have to play assignment sound, and read our keys, play fast, kind of like we always do.
Yep, looking forward to it. Katzis actually came over with Brian Wright and Ty Pennington from D2 Pitt State when they came up here before last year, so they're in their second year there. Taco, looking at their defense right now, what stands out? What do we need to be concerned with?
Yeah, I think they're athletic and they play hard. NAU's just a tough team to beat historically. I mean, they always play teams tough and rise to the occasion. So we just got to do our own thing and go make some plays.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to it. And we know, Taco, you're getting enough sleep as we get ready for this, which is always key when we're going up to elevation. Taco and Caden, really appreciate the time, and looking forward to Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, we're taking a break. Head Coach Brent Vigen joins us after this to get ready for the Lumberjacks. We're live for Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Town and Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town and Country Foods is 100% employee owned and serves southwest Montana with 9 locations. Visit your local Town and Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Quitting smoking, vaping, or chew isn't easy because nicotine is extremely addictive. Plus, everyone's different. What worked for me may not work for you. That's where Quit Now Montana comes in. And it's free. You get a quit coach and a custom quit plan tailored to you, including free nicotine replacement therapy, patches, gum, or lozenges. Bottom line, Quit Now Montana works. Time to make it work for you. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or go to quitnowmontana.com to get started today. Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Your Montana Chevy dealers, home to powerful trucks like the legendary Chevy Silverado. With 9 trims and 4 powertrains to choose from, you'll find the perfect blend of capability and efficiency that's right for you. Plus, for a long day of towing, Silverado offers advanced camera tech so you can feel confident every mile of the way. From hitching to driving to parking. Test drive the Chevy Silverado and check out current offers at your Montana Chevy dealers. Proud sponsors of your Montana State Bobcats.
We're back live at Buffalo Wild Wings one final time for Cat Chat. We're getting ready for Northern Arizona as we look ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision. We are on the air at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and the kickoff is at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Coming up on Saturday. All right, Coach, we're getting ready to go. We got about another minute here before we say goodbye, but what are we looking for out of this Northern Arizona team on Saturday?
Well, a lot different team than when we saw him last. That goes back a couple years. I think Coach Wright's certainly brought a lot of stability, a lot of consistency to that program. A team that's continuing to find ways to win as they've taken off this year. Much like us, I think they want to be able to be balanced on offense, be explosive, and then defensively be a real menace. So we have to do the things we do well. If that's establishing the run game, making big plays defensively, really try to limit them and do everything we can to get pressure on a very good quarterback.
All right, well, it's going to be a good one coming up as we get ready to go for Northern Arizona. All right, you can tune in at 2 o'clock coming up on Saturday. We'll be on the air at 3 o'clock. Thank you to Caden and Taco Dowler for joining us today. Kelly Freeman has been our producer back in the studios. For Head Coach Brent Vigen, this is Keaton Gillogly saying so long, and we'll talk again next week. Until then, go Cats. We've been live for Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Cat Chat from Learfield.